Yes, this is Raxx, and today I'm going to give you 5 reasons to play Final Fantasy XIV in 2024. So number one, the story. The story content is absolutely phenomenal in this game. I can't express enough how amazing the story is in this game. Like if you're somebody who enjoys a great story, then play Final Fantasy XIV. It's arguably the best story that has ever been written for a video game. In my opinion. Now, others may think otherwise, but you've also got a fair amount of people out there that like to skip the story. And if you're a story skipper and you just want to go to the in-game content, like this game still has something to offer for you. But on the whole, I think the glue that meshes this game together with the rest of its content is definitely the story. Fantastic story. I've been playing this game since it originally launched in 2010, and I have yet to be disappointed by the story content in this game. It's absolutely fantastic. So if you are a fan of the Final Fantasy series and you enjoy a great story, definitely, even if you're not a fan of the Final Fantasy series, this is a great game to just be able to pick up without knowing any backstory of any other Final Fantasy game and to be able to enjoy the story. So definitely number one on my list is story for playing Final Fantasy XIV. Number two on my list is gameplay. Gameplay definitely evolved from the day that it launched in 2010 up to now. Like the game has drastically changed in terms of gameplay, but the core mechanics are still there. So, being able to memorize rotations and things like that are very natural these days, whereas maybe 4 or 5 years ago, they were a little less natural, and it took a little bit more memory power to learn those rotations and kind of get to know and feel your job a little bit better, like in the in-game raids and whatnot. But these days, they've really done a great job of simplifying how to use each job, and they're very similar in a lot of ways in terms of the rotation. So there's less memory power, and there's more like muscle memory, and being able to react quickly in in-game raids has definitely changed for the better. In this, some of it probably I would say has been simplified, maybe too much, but that's just my opinion. But I would say when you're adding up to 20 jobs in a game, things begin to get a little bit redundant. But I enjoy each respective job in the game. I've played them all, maybe with the exception of Sage, and that's just because of my own laziness. I haven't delved into playing the Sage at all yet, but I've definitely played the newest class, which is the Reaper, and I've had a fantastic time playing through that job. Number three on my list is in-game content. PvE. Haven't delved into PvP at all because PvP in any game has really never attracted me. I've never been much of a PvP player, so my opinion on the PvP is not going to be as valued as the PvE. So player versus environment content in this game is fantastic. The way that the in-game content was put together has really been a formula that has been in the game since A Realm Reborn, and it just they've just stacked upon it. So it's basically 4-man raids, 24-man raids, and then you have the 8-man raids that are like that go into the ultimates and the extremes, and those categories right there. So the in-game content is grindy because it's a Japanese game, and Japanese games are very grindy, so it's very time consuming. But it's enjoyable if you find a good community of people to play with. It's definitely an enjoyable experience. So the in-game content, in my opinion, is fantastic. And if you are patient enough to find a great community to play with, then it can be very enjoyable and very rewarding when it comes to collecting all of the different in-game items, armor, weapons, all that stuff, because man, there's some really cool looking weapons in this game. Like when you go into start grinding for the relic weapons, if you don't want to go the relic weapons way, you can go towards grinding the ultimate raids, which is exponentially more difficult, but you still get the rewards. So, and that's kind of the where it branches off into the two different areas. You can either go towards, you know, grinding for extremes and ultimate weapons through raids, or you can go for the grind and get the relic weapons. Both end up with a fantastic looking weapon, and you just look like a badass standing in the middle of Limsa Lominsa with all your gear. Number 4, graphics. So graphics in this game, in my opinion, look great. Even to today's standards, it is starting to look a little bit dated, like, 10 years after Realm Reborn. Working on that with the inclusion of Dawntrail that is coming out this summer, which is going to be patch 7.0's expansion. So they're going to add a little bit more defined graphics. Well, I mean, looking at the photos, it looks like a lot of it more defined graphics when it comes to the environments and textures on the armor. The player models are going to get an upgrade, and the environments are going to get an upgrade. So the graphics are going to start looking a little bit better once we have 7.0, and that expansion comes out this summer in 2024. So, which is another great reason to play this game. So to get ready for that. But graphics, a little on the dated side right now, but still looks great for an MMO. Number 5 on the list is never-ending updates and support from the devs. So this game has not stopped updating since it released in 2010. I swear, every 6 months there's new content. So there's like hardly ever a dead point in the game where you're just bored twiddling your thumbs. And if you are, then you are an anomaly, and you've just moved through this game so fast to where you've got nothing left to do. Like, I have never been in a place in this game where I've stopped and been able to just sit and think, man, what am I going to do next? There's always something to do in this game, and they're always adding new things, new features, new mini games, new raids, new things to grind for, new things to go after. There's always, the goalpost is always moving. So definitely, if you're a fan of never-ending updates and always having something to shift towards, to work towards, to move towards, then it's definitely worth playing Final Fantasy XIV in 2024. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm going to be making more content related to this, and hopefully see you guys in my live stream as well. You can follow me on Twitch. I'll post a link in the description down below to that, and yeah, we'll see you guys in stream. Thanks for watching. Take care.